Hello, this is Mr. Ellis. I will be continuing your video study guide with the next concept. The next concept is from chapter 4 and it is user input. We will be using two statements to accept input from the user. One, and the first one I'm going to demonstrate, is known as JOptionPane. The other is a scanner which takes input from the console. JOptionPane is a swing class that accepts input through a dialog box which is displayed in the screen. It's pretty neat. So let's get started. I would like to create a variable that will hold my age, and it's going to be an int value, and I'll call it my age. Now I'll make an assignment to it from a user input. Now the assignment will come from a user's input that is created through JOptionPane. The problem is JOptionPane only returns string values. So if I want to use that value as an integer, I would have to cast it as, well, yeah, parse it out as an integer value. Okay. In order to do that, I need to use a wrapper. The wrapper for the integer variable, the primitive integer, is the capital I integer. Okay. And what I want from it is a parse int. Okay. Now, what I'm parsing as an integer will be a string, and the string will be the input from JOptionPane. So now inside, as a parameter to this parse int, I will put the JOptionPane. Now that's a little complex. We'll talk about it during class, but the actual input comes from a class called JOptionPane. Capital J, capital O, capital P, dot, and I would like to have JOptionPane pull in some input, so it is show input dialog, and it takes a message. So I'm going to put in here, quote, please enter your age. Okay, and that is the prompting of your user for input. Be polite, please, and be precise, enter your age. Now, some people might type in my actual age is 62, so you might type in there, actually spell out 62. So you may want to be more descriptive. However, usually when a person enters their age, they will enter an integer value. Now the integer value using JOptionPane comes in as a string, is parsed as an integer, and then is assigned to my int. Okay, going forward, I'd like to see that, or I would like to allow the user to see that I've actually received his input and that it is correct. So I'm going to use JOptionPane again, but this time I'm going to use it as an output, as a message to my user. So I'm going to go show message dialog, and I'm going to put out a message. This parent component is a null. Just let it be known that we're going to use null here in our class to output to the screen in a dialog box. And I want to put a string here that says, so you are, and I'm going to put like that, my age is where the value is held. That should work nicely. Let's see by saving and running. Enter your age, 62, or maybe I want to be 26. So you are 26 years old. I should have put in there another little bit. Okay, so next I would like to demonstrate for you the scanner class. Scanner is capital S, and I want to put X. I'm going to just be more descriptive. Get name, okay, equals new, because it is an object, scanner. And now this scanner expects input. The input will come from the system.in from the console. And of course you need a semicolon. And now, because I haven't used this, I need to import. It's going to say scanner cannot be resolved to any type. Okay. I'm going to import that from java.util, and it will add, if you look up here at the top where it imported my swing, it will add java.util scanner. Now these error messages should go away. This is a warning saying that I'm not using that value. Now, there's three things you must know. One, when you declare it, you have to import it. Once you've imported it, to use it, you have to assign the input to a variable. Okay. But unlike JOptionPane, it does not display the prompt before it accepts the input. So what we want to do is we want to use a system.out .print so that it won't go to the next line. And I want to say, please politely, please enter your name. Okay. Now, just like the JOptionPane, it is going to prompt the user for input, but this is not the prompt. This is a prompt, I'm sorry, but the scanner is what's going to accept the input. So I have to have a variable, let's call it a string variable, because people enter their names as strings, and I'm going to call it my name equals get name dot. Now, there's several methods that can be used with the scanner. You can get a line, which takes the whole line no matter how many characters are put in. You can get next, which is going to take a string and place it in the scanner. You can check to see if it has a next input. It is a large class, as you can see. Okay, it has many methods. Okay, but the one that I suggest we use is the next line. Okay, notice the camelback notation, and you're just gonna accept whatever's put in. Okay, that should work nicely. Now, I want to output this information. So I'm going to use a system.out. Okay, and I want to put this on the next line, so I'm going to put just a plain system.out. Next line, and I'm going to put blank in there just to get me a new line. And here we goes. Now the value is held in my name, and that should work nicely. Let us see by saving and running this program again. We have the JOptionPane in, so we have to go through that before we get to our input. Okay, my age is 41. Yes, I am 41. Okay, and down here it says, this is in the console area, enter your name. And so I'm put it here, and I'm going to say Mr. If I could type, I'd be dangerous. Ellis. I hit enter, and it will create a space here and say, nice to meet you, Mr. Ellis. This has been Mr. Ellis' video study guide for user input. We've covered the JOptionPane, parsing of input from JOptionPane into an integer value, and then the output of a message to the user using ShowMessageDialog. Thank you. Oh, but wait, there's more. I neglected to say that the third thing is that you need to close a scanner. So you would have to go get name dot, and the method would be close. If I could type, I'd be dangerous. Close. Now that message goes away. This has been Mr. Ellis's video study guide, user input. Next concept that we'll cover in class.